Okay, hello. My name is Danielle, and this is for my nursing identity assignment. Before I dive into my representation and what exactly it means, I thought that I would spend a little bit of time introducing myself and explaining my background, as that naturally impacts how I view the profession. So, first of all, I've lived in Canada for pretty much my entire life, except for a brief couple of months where my family actually lived in Romania. But all that to say, my understanding of the nursing profession is largely informed by the experiences that I've had in Canada, so in a very Western setting. And I'm very aware that the profession looks different around the world and depending on the specific cultural context. Um, and even just medicine in general would look different as well. Um, Not only that, but I've also spent most of my life, all of my life actually, around many nurses. My mom is a nurse, and a lot of my aunts are nurses, and my brother married a nurse. And so, of course, that's also shaped how I have viewed the profession since I've grown up surrounded by it and have had a very front seat view of what the work looks like. And that has helped me see the profession as a very honorable one and one that I ultimately decided to be a part of. And although I did decide to be a part of nursing, it actually wasn't the first profession that I chose to go into. I'm actually currently a social worker. And so, as I've started to get into the nursing world, I'm realizing that I have to explore what it looks like to take on two different professional identities and to recognize ways that they are different and ways that they are similar. And so that's something that's kind of new to me and that I'm still trying to figure out how to balance and what exactly that's going to look like. But that being said, being a part of the social work profession has showed me how important it is to think these things through as far as what your professional identity looks like and how to steward the power and responsibility that you are given in being part of a profession such as nursing. And then the final thing that I want to mention about myself is that I am a Christian, and so my faith impacts how I view every aspect of my life, and my career is no exception. And I would say the main way that that impacts how I view nursing is that it prevents me from seeing it simply just as a career, but it helps me go into that with a greater sense of purpose. And not that you have to be a Christian to have a purpose behind what you're doing, but that's just how it is for me. And it helps me to really see people as valuable and just instills in me a desire to care for them the very best that I can. So now that I've explained a little bit about where I'm coming from and who I am as a person, now we can dive into what is this representation that I've chosen. So when I was thinking about what nursing means to me and how that can be represented symbolically, I immediately began thinking about how nursing is an integration of many different things. There's so much that goes into nursing. To name a few, nursing is a blend of science, medicine, psychology, empathy and compassion, listening, teaching, and advocacy, and so much more. And I believe that each patient needs a unique blend of these things in order to be best cared for. So, to represent that, I made soup. Soup might be kind of a random and unexpected representation of what nursing is, but like nursing integrates different components of the profession to best serve the patient, soup is also a combination of many different ingredients to create something that is both delicious and nourishing. I mean, it's a comfort food, really. Like, what's the main food that you eat or you make for someone when they're sick? Typically soup. Additionally, I guess soup has a recipe. that you follow, that provide instructions on how to be successful. And it tells you what to put in, what not to put in, how much of each ingredient to put in, and then any other instructions that are necessary in order for you to succeed. And similarly, nursing is different from just any caregiver in the sense that nursing has to fall within the parameters that are laid out by regulatory bodies such as the CRNA, and in following these parameters, nurses are able to care for the patient as best as possible and exemplify the values of the profession, which are, I need my notes for this one, sorry, I'm going to read this: providing safe, compassionate, competent, and ethical care, promoting health and well-being, promoting and respecting informed decision-making, honoring dignity, maintaining privacy and confidentiality, promoting justice, and being accountable. So, bringing this all back to what exactly nursing means to me. To me, nursing means operating within the regulations of the profession, that's very important, while integrating various skills, pieces of information, and characteristics in order to care for each unique patient. Ideally, a nurse sees the value in each patient, is attentive to their unique needs, and is deeply concerned about providing the highest level of care possible. To me, a nurse is flexible and able to recognize the individuality of each patient. For example, there might be a case where a patient is unconscious and you are required to utilize a lot of your medical skills and knowledge to care for that patient, but in the exact same scenario, you're also going to have to utilize compassion and empathy when interacting with the family, and you'll probably end up providing education to the family about what exactly is happening in this situation. So it's always about drawing upon those skills that you have in your tool belt and crafting the best approach for that specific scenario. Nursing is a lot more than just medicine. It involves caring for the patient in a very holistic sense, and that might often mean that you're supporting the family and the patient's network as well. I'm very aware that nurses carry a great deal of responsibility, and I hope that one day I'm able to be the kind of nurse that I've been talking about for the duration of this video, and also the kind of nurse that I've seen my mom be and many of my family members be, and also I've experienced some amazing nurses in my time in the hospital, and I hope that I'm able to provide that experience for patients that I interact with in the future. So I think that wraps up all that I have to say about what nursing means to me, and thank you so much for watching.